rappers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and Lil Quill reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key.
So,
yeah.
What's good? What's good?
another day in paradise for some.
Paradise is nice.
For some. Be a little quiet today.
We know.
You win some, you lose some, but you live.
You live to fight another day.
Well, looking too pretty for my boys.
Shit, let's go on and get into the thing, boy.
All right. Let's start off with them boys, your boys, the Warriors. Draymond, Mr. Ejection himself.
I would say that was probably one of the ejections that he didn't work for. That's what I could say. He didn't. That wasn't one of the ejections where he was looking like, "Oh, this game out of control. I don't want to be in this. I'm getting ejected." That wasn't one of them games. And I was really hoping that the refs could see and be like, "We should turn." You know what I'm saying? Just we nipped it in the bud before it got too crazy. You'll give both of them warnings. We're gonna move on. Or if anything, give Isiah Stewart a warning. A technical. But then I was like, it ain't gonna happen. So, but I think Draymond Green, he got out chest. I think Isiah Stewart pulled a chest move. That could have been the reason why we lost. Could have been the reason why we were so close to winning. I don't know. But I think Isaiah Thomas pulled a chest move because it got to a point where it's a little scuffle, not too much of anything. And you see Draymond Green didn't get amped for nothing. Like when he grabbed him, he just kind of grabbed him back and then he was like, nah. Draymond Green kind of got up out of there. Like, nah. Like he wasn't really doing much of anything. Isiah Stewart could afford to get a technical foul. He stayed in the game. Draymond Green couldn't because he already got one. So I think he got out chest moved in that one. And I think he handled it in a great way. But I hope he looks at that and he learns and he says, I got to pay attention. That's why getting them other technicals, you got to stop doing it. Because at a certain point, you're only a few away from 16. So you finna get suspended in the game anyway. You know, we ain't even halfway through the season. So he got to start. He has to be mindful of that. That way you don't get these young players pulling them chess moves on your old ass.
Yeah, Isiah Stewart a high head, so that's how he reacts to things.
He the same one that got into it with LeBron, right?
Yeah, Isiah Stewart a high head. Yeah. He gonna react. He even though Draymond tried to get out of there, you kind of know the league got this impression of Draymond too. So a lot of times, even if he's not trying for one, you already got one in the game. You get into a scuffle with a player, even if he was trying to get out of there. Just Draymond, get him out of
here. Yeah. I mean, but then like I remember Isiah Stewart when he got into it with LeBron. His response to LeBron, that wasn't a hot hit response. LeBron elbowed the shit out of him. It wasn't intentionally. It was like a clash of bodies, you know, and somebody kind of bumped LeBron into Isiah, and that's how it happened. But when you're Isiah Stewart, you just think somebody elbowed you in the head and you hot. Kind of like when Westbrook got elbowed in the head and he was split open, he was hot. But I didn't look at that as him being a hot head. I understood, but I think he does kind of carry an early reputation of being a hothead. And I was looking at him yesterday. It was like, okay, maybe he cool because I've seen there was like certain situations where he could have responded negatively and he kind of brushed it off. But that one, I think it was more so I can afford to get a technical. Let's get Draymond out there because we didn't see how many of these home games we didn't have within these 8 games recently where it was coming down to the wire. and we got them guys in the game, and they end up making those miraculous plays with just seconds on the clock. So you take one of them guys out the game, one of the guys that's key for creating for Jordan Poole or finding a Clay and orchestrating the offense and the defense getting those blocks. Think about 2 games when he was getting those blocks, right? You take that out. You take that out of the game, and I think I don't know if I'm giving him too much credit, but I mean, he went from being turned up to turned down real quick, and kind of washed his hands and was like, all right, got him out. But then I was also thinking, like, you bring Kevon Looney in the game, and Kevon Looney got key rebounds in the end, and I'm like, so your chess play could have potentially hurt your team because Draymond probably wasn't getting that. I ain't seen Draymond have a 20 game rebound. I mean, yeah, 20 rebound game. There we go. 20 rebound game. I ain't seen Draymond have it. Kevon Looney be snatching them reads and doing all that stuff. So it wasn't like we had straight trash coming off, coming back into the game. So I'm like, hey, it could have worked against you. And I think we would have sealed that game had they not gone under that screen. It went over the screen because y'all know Sadiq Bey was hitting that shot all last year when he was going off for 30 this game, 30 that game, hitting that game winner, talking that talk. Sadiq Bey was making a name for himself. So when I seen it, and I was like, 1 second is a lot of time and crunch time, and he got that shot, all I could do was hope that he missed. And when he made it, I'm like, because you seen Looney couldn't get over it. And I just like, damn. That's probably when we should have made a sub. We ain't need Looney in that situation. I don't feel like we need 1 second. It was either they hit the shot or they didn't.
Yeah, getting Draymond out. It is like getting Draymond out is going to make your team give you better odds because it ain't just the rebounding or what Draymond gonna bring. It is that defensive play that assignment they get missed that Draymond can make. It is the offensive playmaking play that he's going to make outside of rebounding that is going to help Clay and Looney. What I was saying with Isiah Stewart is like even with the LeBron play, it's the excessiveness afterwards. Like, all right, we calmed it down, but then again, you go after him again after we then separated it again. Then you go around him and go after him, and that's above and beyond. That's how you are, and it's not just a LeBron play. It's beyond plays like that. It's other teams he done had plays like that where he's a young bang. He's a big man in the NBA. He trying to making a name for himself. He's a young guy. He's a big man. He bang with big dudes all day. You're not gonna be bullied. You're not gonna be punked. It is Draymond. It is LeBron. It is some of these guys that you kind of got to make your name. So. No.
So would you give him credit for a chess move, or do you think he was just being a bonehead?
No, I think he was. I think it was more Draymond than it was Isiah Stewart. Like Isiah Stewart reacts like that. Like Draymond could have got Isiah Stewart. Like if that would have been switched and Isiah Stewart had the tech already, then him reacting like that and getting upset and getting another technical. He still would have reacted like that if he had a technical already, because that's just how he reacts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fair
enough. Mm-hmm. Say he's a bonehead.
He young. Yeah, he young guy.
Staying on y'all Warriors. Your boy is coming back next week, 13th January, possibly. What are your expectations for the Warriors? If I say, I've been winning without him, of course you're going to win with him. Steph Curry is one of those guys. Like, he ain't in the way type guys. Like, he make every team that he ever play on, he make them better. So if y'all sitting up there holding y'all own weight without him, of course you're going to win with him. I expect him to do what he been doing before he got hurt. Shooter's going to shoot. He gonna score from anywhere on the floor, and it's gonna be like he ain't never missed a beat. Expect him to put up 30, 6 and 6 type numbers every night again. Like, so I expect y'all to move up the charts. Y'all gonna be back in that top 4, top 5 seed. Y'all gonna continue to win. Might even turn y'all away record away. a rested and healthy Curry can't do nothing but make y'all better. So I expect y'all to get back to where y'all was, where y'all been.
Yeah, I expect that the games will be everything just gonna be easy. Like you take Poole's 25 that he giving you a night,
But
he still can give you that.
your boy Clay ain't gonna score as much with Steph being back.
Why not? That's what I was just about to say. And why wouldn't Clay score? He gonna take his same amount of shots. Clay's still a starter in the NBA that take the same amount of shots, whether Poole there, whether Steph there. His minutes don't change. His shots
Clay's
don't
still
change.
the second option.
Clay's still the second option. Poole is still a point per minute player. So in his 25 points, 25 minutes, his 24, 25 minutes, even if you're not playing 36 minutes, I still expect 20 something from Poole and hit the same amount of points from Poole off the bench. I expect as a starter. But when you get Curry back in his 36 minutes, you ain't got to have 35 minutes from DiVincenzo on the floor. He going to still give you his 7, 8 points in his 15, 17.
Yeah.
And now you got a whole nuclear bomb coming back that not just give you 30, but he gonna grab 6 or 7 rebounds too. He gonna give you 5 or 6 assists too. And Poole numbers gonna stay the same. And now Clay's been activated.
We'll see.
And we haven't talked about the Ty Jerome minutes and Anthony Lamb minutes. They've been playing real good. So we got another all-star soon to be coming back as well to fill up those minutes. That's 17, 8 rebounds, give you 6 rebounds a night. And he's coming back too. While Poole numbers ain't gonna change, and while Clay's still gonna be firing that thing, and while we have that MVP boy coming back. So when I say what we look like, we look deadly because y'all had trouble with us already. Y'all had trouble with the Warriors without Steph and Wiggins. Niggas couldn't beat us already. So we cool. Don't worry about us.
So I know what Teddy getting at because he thinking Steph come back, he take more shots, he gonna take shots away from players. But you gotta think reduce minutes for a bunch of players. DiVincenzo potentially gonna see a reduction in minutes, not a huge. So let's say he playing 18, he probably gonna start playing 17 because he is a nice piece. Ty Jerome potentially loses his slot, or maybe he takes over for Moses Moody. Maybe he takes over Moses Moody minutes because I'm starting to see Ty Jerome more than I see Moses Moody, and because he's more effective. But if they need defense and somebody to kind of control the game, maybe they go to Moses Moody over Ty Jerome. Baldwin been getting minutes. Maybe they start to limit his minutes, or maybe he consumes Jermichael Green minutes. It all depends. Then you see Anthony Lamb. Maybe his minutes are gonna drop if he maintains those minutes. If Kuminga come back and can't produce, you already seen Kuminga removed from the rotation, so his spot ain't cemented. So there's a lot of things where it ain't just he not just gonna eat those shots or consume shots from those other primary scorers and primary shooters. Them other people are going to start taking less and less, and maybe Wiseman's role becomes even more reduced. So it's a lot that's going to happen in that. And Steve Kerr, he's going to figure it out. The organization is going to figure it out, but they're going to win, no matter what. That's what's going to happen. Steph Curry going to come back. He going to ball. And what I love about that, all these home games, I'm talking about that one night, damn, feet was all clammy. I'm talking about just so anxious, boy, watching these games come down to the wire, right? And what I will say is every game, regardless how much Jordan Poole has improved, how much they're paying him, he pisses me off in those clutch moments because he always turns the ball over. Somehow dribbles it out, dribbles it off his leg, tries to draw the foul, and they don't call the foul, and they steal the ball. We lost games like that when they stole the ball. When the Jazz made that comeback, they just took the ball right from Jordan Poole. And when I'm watching them last night, what does he do? He gets contact, they don't call it. I'm like, but you still gotta control it. You still gotta control it. And he did it and they lost it. And I said, that's potentially the play. Had we scored a bucket on that play, Sadiq Bey shot, doesn't matter. When Jordan Poole, he's coming down and he just hoists up a 3 because Clay gets going. Jordan Poole, get productive offense. Don't just throw something up. We already get that from Steph. Don't just throw something up. Like, it wasn't even one of your Jordan Poole shots, bro. It was just some crazy park shot. Like, control the offense and getting Steph back we potentially get the ball back into somebody's hand who knows how to perform under those conditions. They just have to make sure they play ball, because even the game before, when it came down to those closing possessions, it was just everybody stand around, and then you'll either watch Clay do this little thing like this, or Jordan Poole was trying to do something. And I'm saying, get back to cutting the back screens, the off-ball screens, the on-ball screens, the fake hand. Get everybody moving in the offense, and you're going to see that's when it's much easier. So when Steph comes back, hopefully he don't come back with that, oh, let me make up for all the games I missed, so I'm going to shoot every three I get. Come back with the mentality you're going to ball. Thrust yourself back into that MVP conversation, because we've seen what happened when I say people in the MVP conversation and you don't give them credit. Jokic, you've seen what happened. Now Jokic all up there. Now you got to find somebody doing it better. So Steph Curry going to be back in that MVP conversation, and he was there. Even in the midst of them losing all them games, his name was still in that top 10, top 15 MVP conversation. So when he come back and they winning and he balling, and don't get him 6-6, Curry like a 7-7. He like an 8-8. Curry was what the second leading rebounder on the team, Jake? First rebound the team. He was right there behind Looney by like point something. So you got to respect them. So that's what I expect from them. That's what I expect from them, to continue winning, to continue submitting that legacy, continue fine-tuning it and polishing that dynasty, and get back to winning these championships. That's what I expect. Curry to dime, averaging 30.
But when Curry come back, then you have that advantage of the backdoor cuts that you should have with Poole. But Poole not being the playmaker Curry is, and the overall double team threat that Curry is. When Curry get blitzed at the top, and he gets to drop that pass off to Draymond, who set the pick, and Draymond Green gets to play 4-on-3 basketball because two of y'all was just guarding Curry, and now he didn't caught the ball and it's 4-on-3. He at the top of the key. Now he got all these. That we got that advantage now, where if y'all try to run a one of them, we play 4-on-3 basketball with players that's hitting shots now. Clay hitting shots now. Poole is in the rhythm now. Even like Lamb and Jerome, the last two games they done took 9 and 11 and 12 shots in games apiece. Even Genzo taking 8 and 9 shots. The game where Clay had 54, both him and Poole took 39 and 31 shots. Oh, Clay cutting that, you can still take your 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? And Steph gonna fit right on up in there. So
Yep.
We're gonna
scary hours. It's coming. Scary hours coming.
The floodgates.
We're gonna see. Who y'all play? When he playing with, get the Rockets when he come back?
It depends on when he come back. They was originally saying the 16, now they saying the 13. It's just what they eyeing. So, I mean, I can look and see if it is the 13th, the Spurs. If it's the 16th, the Wizards. So between the 13th and the 16th, and then the 15th is the Bulls. So those would be who he could potentially come back against.
Yeah, give him a good game against a 9-point guard. A non-dominating point guard to come back against. You don't need to run behind Porter and Green right away.
Yep. Let's talk about them Nets. They finally fell off the hot wagon, dropped the game to the Bulls. Bulls at home. They did their thing. Beat them boys. How y'all feel about that? What y'all think?
I mean, you got the league's hottest team lose to one of the league's most underperforming teams. So, Quill, do you look at that as an embarrassment, or is that just like, it's just the NBA? It happens.
Yeah, when you have Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, TJ Warren,
Combined for 2.
They
3.
go all over court. No, they only made one. Only probably something off the bench that actually hit a shot out of those was Joe Harris went 1 for 5.
Joe Harris said they combined for 3 points.
Yeah, all of them. And you got them playing over 25 minutes a piece, 20 minutes a piece. Steph Curry had a good night off the bench. You know, he had his 22, but that's 22 from Steph, 25 from Kyrie, 44 from KD, 34 minutes from Royce O'Neal, 0 for 9. Joe Harris, 19 minutes down there, 1 for 5. TJ Warren, 15 minutes, 0 for 2. Bogdanovic, like, you got a bunch of players that's playing that couldn't hit absolutely nothing. Like, not even a little bit. Ben Simmons only shot 5 times. He 3 for 5. He only shot his 5 times. But still, his assist numbers down because he passing a bunch of people that can't hit jumpers. He don't have to get assists to KD and Kyrie. They one-on-one players. His assists ain't coming to them. His assists come from that 4-on-3, 3-on, you know what I'm saying? The other guys, getting the rest of the team involved. And if they can't get nothing going, it's a long night. Because you still got 44 from KD. You got 25 from Kyrie. And y'all was getting smacked most of the game. Y'all wasn't even close. Like, y'all wasn't even close most of the game. And what's bad about having like a Royce O'Neal on a night like that is he got to go guard the best player on the other team. So you got 34 minutes where the other player gave you 21 and you gave him 0. The other player put up buckets and you gave him nothing. So that's not a good exchange. That's not a good trade-off.
So when you look at the game, the Nets 10 turnovers, the Bulls 15 turnovers. So the Nets win that. They both were sharing the ball. The Bulls had 21 assists. The Nets had 24 assists. The Nets had 9 steals. The Bulls 7 steals, and the Nets had 7 blocks. They both had 7 blocks. And then the threes, the Nets had 12 threes, and the Bulls had 8. So they had a plus 12-point advantage in the threes. So you look at that game and say, what did they lose? And then you go to the boards. KD had 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds. You ain't going to win like that, KD. You got 4. Royce O'Neal got 4. Claxton got 6, right? Ben Simmons did his thing with 9. But you go to the total, y'all got a total of 34 rebounds. The other team out-rebounded you by 12 with 46. Then you look at another number, 27 for 29 for the free throw line. 27 for 29. That's 93% from the free throw line. That's what the Bulls shot. The Nets went to the free throw line 8 times less. They took 8 less free throws and they shot 76%. So they only made 16. So the Bulls made 11 more free throws than them. So them free throws and the rebounds is what clinches that game for the Bulls. So the Nets, KD, you went off for 44, but you got to get more than 4 rebounds. Royce O'Neal, you can't get the goose egg. But I think if they did a better job on the rebounds, if they attacked the basket and kind of balanced out, made more free throws, ain't necessarily got to shoot more if you just made a few more. But if you attack the basket and get to the free throw line more, I think that could have made a difference in that game. So we will see. But this is that time in the Nets when I said this is when I start to see them play these teams. Now, I didn't consider the Bulls originally because the Bulls been struggling. But at the beginning of the season, I would have considered the Bulls. The Bulls would have been the start of that. All right, this is probably one of the tough periods in their schedule. I didn't consider the Bulls because they've been slacking a lot. Like I say, one of the most underperforming teams. But then they go into, I think they got the
best record against the best teams. They 5-0.
They go against the Pelicans next, and it makes me sick because once again, who ain't playing? Zion, and then they don't have BI, so I kind of got to take that game off the list as starting that tough period in the schedule, and it's just gonna have to start the Heat, and hopefully the Heat play their players because you never know who playing for the Heat. They just kind of play whoever they feel like playing. That's what it seemed like, but they lost that game. We'll keep a scope on them and see how they handle the Pelicans with no Zion, no BI. You'll be shocked.
You think they on the comeback?
I expect the Nets to win that game.
Yeah,
I expect even if they play ugly, I expect them to win that game. No Ingram, no BI. No Ingram, no Zion. McCollum only gonna get you so many. I don't think McCollum ain't never dropped a 50-point game. McCollum gonna need 50. in order to beat the Nets. And he gonna have to have a backup, one hell of a backup from Valanciunas. Valanciunas is gonna have to drop 30 and 20 in order for them to win. Because that's too much firepower on the other team, KD. Like you got to think about balancing the scale. Who gonna stop KD? Who gonna stop Kyrie? Them two dudes. So you got to be able to beat their numbers. You got to be able to do it. And then you still got is Seth gonna show up? Is Royce O'Neal gonna get you a few buckets? Is Joe Harris gonna find the basket? You know, is Ben Simmons gonna actually score 10 points this game? Like it's a lot of factors that go into that. So I don't see the Pelicans. I don't see the Pelicans doing that one.
Yeah, and even with the Nets, they're not a good offensive rebounding team. Because then even in the game that they lost against the Bulls, it's really just them hitting shots. Like they lost rebounding, but both teams had 6 offensive rebounds. One team had 40 defensive rebounds. One team had 30 defensive rebounds. One team missed 10 more shots. They both, one made 43 out of 81. One made 42 out of 91. So they got defensive rebounds. KD not an offensive rebounder. Nick Claxton ain't got enough bricks in his pocket to be an offensive rebounder. Ben Simmons is usually guarding the person that's shooting the ball. So he's never going to be a good offensive rebounder. So they got to hit shots, because if they would have hit shots, that would have reduced the extra 10 misses that nobody rebounded. Because it's not like the other team dominated the offensive boards on their end where you just couldn't rebound with them. Like 6 offensive rebounds on one end, 6 offensive rebounds on the other end.
But you got to think also in all those free throws, though, you got to think about how many offensive misses are negated because you foul. You got to think about that too. So if I go up and I miss this layup, but you foul me, it doesn't register as a missed shot. So it doesn't register as an offensive rebound too. So that's why I said you got to factor in those free throws, because you just bailed me out. You know what I'm saying? So they could potentially have more rebounds. You know, you would just have to watch the game and be like, okay, you know, Vucevic got their rebound, but it was a foul, so they ain't gonna register. But I feel you. Say they just under the scope.
You gotta also know the Bulls, even though we look at the Bulls as a team that haven't been performing well, they're 5-0 versus top teams. They don't play.
They can't be 5. Didn't they lose to us? Yeah.
We're not a top team.
My bad. You right. I had to humble myself. You right. Hey, so you right.
They show up to show up for some reason, and then when they go against other players and the other teams, they just be like, they act like they one of the top teams, and they can just take a night off, and then they get smacked.
Talk that talk.
Because other teams look at y'all like we can't take a night off against y'all.
Yeah. So I feel you.
They definitely up and down.
They gotta figure it out.
Because they are legitimately a good team. That's why I said they're probably the league's most underperforming team. Because you don't look at the Detroit Pistons and they struggle, be like they're underperforming. No, that's the quality of their team. You know what I'm saying? That's not the quality of the Bulls.
On certain nights, they show you just how good they supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then on certain nights, you know, they'd be like, damn, Zach LaVine didn't play? No, he played.
That's crazy. That's got to be frustrating being a Bulls fan.
Was he injured or something? Like, we got to be about 30. Who was out? Somebody was out. No, everybody played.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's got to be the most frustrating thing as a Bulls fan. Like, man, we be smacking people and then we be getting straight smacked. That's too emotional. Yeah, let's talk about the Defensive Player of the Year candidates. Who y'all got for y'all Defensive Player of the Year so far?
Top three.
Me personally, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Giannis. At number 1. That's why I'm going with at number 1, Giannis. Y'all agree or disagree?
At number 1, I probably disagree.
Okay.
He definitely up there though.
Okay. What you say?
I
What
don't
you?
know. I don't know. Listen, I'm trying to see. Like, I wouldn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I know. I'm gonna say Giannis because I know they factor in a lot of things on defense. They factor in your defensive rebounding. They factor in your blocks, your steals, your defensive
They
rebounding,
factor in
your
stuff that's not even
tip
as a
passes.
stat.
That
Exactly.
yeah, they factor in while you're actually guarding the person with the ball, how many times they score on you. What's anyone's percentage altogether versus you? What they didn't took 39 shots on you, but they didn't made 15 altogether. You know what I'm saying? What's your help defense? And as far as Giannis' numbers goes, his numbers are always crazy because he's always helping. He's always attempting to block your shot. So he's always at the
guarding
tops.
the ball.
He's always guarding whoever got the ball. He's always a great defensive rebounder. He's gonna get you. He's gonna always be the tops in defensive rebounding. Just like Dwight always was the leading rebounder every year he won Defensive Player of the Year, and Rudy Gobert was the leading rebounder whenever he won Defensive Player of the Year. Even though he wasn't the leading blocker, he always up there in shot blocks. You know what I'm saying? He up there in defers and how many times you attempt to block a person's shot per game and all of that. So it's gonna be Giannis because of how active he is, but it's gonna be up there.
Who you say?
And a lot
Taylor?
of the top players score from that 4 or 5 position or score near the paint now. So a lot of without the Stephs and all of the real shooters, a lot of the MVP players, Jokic, Giannis, and B, Luka, most of them score down there. So they down there where
between me personally, between Jared Jackson and OG.
Okay.
Leading the league in deflections, loose balls and stuff. He just hustling. Like the Raptors is a defensive team and he one of their defensive anchors. So I like him. And then Jared Jackson, even though he been injured, he leading the league. Considering the good games he played, he leading the lead in blocks. So I like that, I like that. As far as me personally, it goes towards a defensive player of the year. I like to look at those type of stats, the hustling stats and the blocks. Yeah, defensive rebounds is always a thing, but just me personally, them be my 2 top guys.
Would y'all be shocked to know that at one point in time in this season that Brook Lopez is number 1 on that ladder?
Mm-hmm. He's number 1 now.
Number 1 right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
All right, so look, bump that. We finna get into the meat. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Look, you already know. Let's break down this. That's a test for them. That's a test. That's a test for them tomorrow. Let's break that down. The Celtics versus the Mavs. I said this is when reality hits. When the Celtics play the Mavs, you say they this, you say they that. I said we will see. I said the Celtics are a test for the Mavs, right, Quill? And did the Mavs pass that test? No.
Well, my boy.
It went down by damn to 30. And Tatum outplayed Luka. He got a triple-double on Luka. 29, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, only turned the ball over twice. Meanwhile, Luka, 23, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 turnovers.
Tatum was struggling from the beginning.
He was
struggling.
And Luka was balling.
By 15 and 19. And he had 4 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists with like 2 minutes left in the half. And they was up by 15. When I seen that, like, y'all don't have a chance because I imagine he finna start putting that ball in the hoop. And sure enough, he did. It was nothing y'all could do.
We shot horribly as a team, especially being at home. That was just ridiculously horrible.
7 for 32 from the 3.
Luka, we're not gonna win games. Luka hovering around 20 points in a game, you're not gonna win.
Y'all were 34 for 90. Damn.
Like it don't matter.
It don't matter more field goals and make less. Y'all shot more than them.
Like it's
they got 52 rebounds on y'all. Damn. So y'all lost everything. Y'all lost the free throw battle. You shot 80%. They was 83. They missed 5. Y'all missed 5, but they took 31. Y'all only took 25. You know what I'm saying? They made 16 threes out of 43. Y'all made 7 threes out of 32. You lost the battle on the boards. Y'all only had 15 assists as a team. They had them to 30. They had 6 steals. Y'all only had 4. Y'all had 3 blocks. They had 8 blocks. They beat y'all in every damn. That's why y'all lost by damn near 30. So how do you assess your team? How do you assess your team after that? Because you feel like y'all are something, and then when we like, nah, y'all not that. Y'all not a great team, and you think we hating. This shows you right here. This was a
heat check. This was a
reality check, not a heat check.
This is how do we respond after this win? We get back into it because the Celtics is a good team. Mm-hmm. They're a great team. You're not gonna do and get away with what you.
They're one right now.
They're the best team in the NBA.
You're not gonna get away with the stuff that we got away with against the Rockets, against the Spurs and stuff like that. So our next game, depending on how we respond, see how Luka.
Y'all got the Pelicans, and unfortunately, we're being robbed of the Zion versus Luka experience. Did we jinx them or something? Because we were just so hyping this up. We was hyped to see it. And once again, Zion is out. They only played each other twice, and they've been in the league for some years. And Luka won them 2 games. But we ain't seen them in how long, bro? I want to see Luka and Zion square off. You want to see the athletic phenom, the unexplainable 300-pounder that got the highest vert, you know what I'm saying, versus the fastest slow person or the slowest fast person you've ever seen. You want to see it. They both walking highlights. You want to see it, and we're not able to see it yet again.
But stuff like tonight make me feel like watching him go against JT, and even though JT was struggling in the beginning, and Luka had 11 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was balling.
I'm looking at that, and I'm looking like when you got a person that's really like that on the other side of Luka, that's really like looking at you like, yeah, I play your, yeah, I'm guarding. Oh yeah, what's up? He's not always Luka.
Hey, I got to see Tatum out there. I saw Marcus Smart out there. I saw JT out there. I said, yeah, throw them boys at him. And I seen Luka. Sometimes he was trying to go at Jason Tatum, and Jason Tatum, rock him up. And but Luka was cool. You know what I'm saying? Luka was cool. So, but what this brings us to? We got to revisit the streaks. Luka's streak is over. The Warriors streak ended yesterday. Those are the last 2 active streaks. But the Timberwolves won a game. The Nets lost. Giannis had 55, but he had less than 20 rebounds. But then he just did a 20 game with 20 rebounds, or 30-point game with 20 rebounds last night. So he may try to get into another streak. But Giannis lost his. The Warriors lost the game last night, close game. And then Luka didn't get 30 points last game. Nowhere near triple-double. So, hey, them streaks over. We waiting to see what's next. But hey, this our time. This is what you get. Hope y'all enjoy the facts, opinions, and BS presented by Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuelle. Y'all know it's Top of the Key podcast. Y'all get on there, like, subscribe, comment, get at us. And y'all never know when that giveaway coming back. Never know, never know.
I mean, we'll be back.
Yes, sir.
I bet you will, sucker.
Ready? Hope you pack shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it back. These just my confession. Stay in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tug. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon' fuck. Don't speak